Yeah, that's because it's from his dark power.
Does Riku's Nissan key have an eye on it?
No.
No. Is everyone just calling that
It looks like a fucking car key!
Man, I wish my Keyblade power was to drive a car.
Oh, I have dry forms.
Hey, look, it's Kaido.
That's the worst fucking boss in this game.
No, it's not.
Okay, that's like the third fucking worst boss.
The-
Maybe.
Yeah.
The person who was
Heading for the city. We've got to warn Shang.
the person who was
Oh, no,
doing
I've been defeated.
the one person who was doing the no jump challenge thought that defeating that thing would be really difficult without jumping.
Man, Shang, you got body.
Then they realized something
Shane,
about that boss.
You got bodied. You wuss.
In ancient China, wasn't the emperor normally?
And he looked at me, and I looked at him.
Okay, you at least have to
Does
give
the emperor have to do everything? He pulled apart his sleeves.
Okay, let's be honest. The emperor has some like mountain-sized balls right there because he was giving that motherfucker a stare down.
And he looked at me, and I looked at him.
No, he just has guns in his sleeves. He tried to become emperor of China for no reason.
And that's when he's like, and I said, I'm sorry. What did you want again? And then Riku's like, I said ketchup.
Oh my god.
But I
I
thought
thought
the-
you were referencing Trapped in the Closet.
Yeah, technically I am.
I didn't realize you were referencing the parody.
What?
Oh lord.
What the fuck just happened there?
Have y'all listened to Trapped in the Drive-Thru before, right?
I think?
It's a Weird Al Yankovic song. And it's literally a parody on Trapped in the Closet by R. Kelly.
Oh!
And how much of a meme it was.
That song was stupid. That song didn't need a parody.
But there's a part where he's sitting there in the drive-thru.
Oh!
And it gets to the
Oh!
part of the song where
No!
it's like, and he looked at me,
Wait.
and I looked at him.
Wait, Trapped in the Drive-Thru. That was a Weird Al song, right? That was a Weird Al.
Yeah, and it's like 12
Saturday
minutes!
o'clock in the evening. something.
It's an 11 and a half!
Alright, lay down on the sofa.
Yeah,
My
you,
wife
you
was
know
in
that
the
Trapped in the
room
Closet is
seeing
literally like a
me.
mini-series.
Yeah!
And she
I've
says,
learned-
this
Yeah,
behind
it's
the music.
When the world's happening.
How the fuck are you flying with the...
What the fuck was that?
Game's programmed well!
Apparently that's what happens if you try to run with Mulan.
God,
In that animation.
God damn it, the game really does not like Kelly's.
Okay, so... I know... Trapped in the drive-thru. I know Trapped in the Closet. But the thing is, I had kind of forgotten that Trapped in the Drive-thru was a parody of Trapped in the Closet because sometimes...
Who was it that described that song as he's sing-talking? He's not like singing.
I mean, that's basically, he's definitely sing-talking.
He's not singing, he's sing-talking.
You mean Trapped in the Closet?
Yes. I saw someone describe that song as that.
Yes.
I don't remember who the fuck that
It is a mini-series!
Apparently, it literally had weekly installments for a while.
It did.
That's how they presented it.
When did this song come out?
Oh, that was years ago.
Yeah, I know it's like fucking years old, but I want to know when.
Hold on.
I only know it because of VH1.
You know, the first ever... I believe, the first ever video on VH1 was the music video for Video Killed the Radio Star.
No, that was the first music video on MTV.
That's 2005.
Holy
Yeah.
shit!
Like I said, that was a long time ago.
The funny part is that's the same year the original Kingdom Hearts 2, I think, came out. Did the original Kingdom Hearts 2 come out in 2006?
It was 2006.
Oh.
Chicken Little's a summon in this game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because Chicken Little was like the newest movie at the time.
That truly was a dark time.
But the Disney
I
Chicken Little...
said, I don't know, do you want to get something delivered? She said, why would I want to eat liver? I don't even like liver. I said, that's not what I said.
in the closet was a crazy time.
But no, the part that I was referencing is that he's like, he's in the drive-through, and he's talking to the girl at the window, and he asks for ketchup, and he's like, and she looked at me. No, it was the dude in the drive-through window, and he was asking for ketchup, and he's like, and he looked at me, and I looked at him, and he looked at me, and I looked at him, and he looks at me, and I look at him.
I haven't heard that song in ages, so...
And he said, sorry, what did you want again? I said ketchup. He said, oh, that's right. I literally, like, hadn't listened to that song in years. And it, like, came up in my YouTube suggestions, and I was like, I have to listen to this song. This song is hilarious.
Bam, bam, bam.
Can you tell The Matrix was popular at this time?
But I think this is a little after the Matrix.
After the first movie,
I mean-
not the sequels.
I mean, if I want to be completely honest, I think because of The Matrix, we literally got to a point where we are now just making movies based off The Matrix. Oh yeah, this is pretty far after The Matrix, but 1999.
After the first movie,
Oh my god, Carson, no.
the
Don't even play
sequels,
that game.
because they happened.
No one cares about sequels.
I was gonna say that they've been making sequels since '99.
But what about the Animatrix?
I mean, we're
the
still
Animatriacs?
You know what I'm talking about, right?
The Animatrix.
Oh no, Mulan is falling. Whatever.
I
can
mean,
happen.
even then, The Matrix
That's-
2
that's-
was 2003, and this game came out in 2005.
That's bullshit. You have a sword. Just use that to climb the wall.
I love how dramatic tension in Kingdom Hearts is. Oh no! Mulan almost fell off that pillar!
No, Goofy got hit by a rock.
Oh no! Who got hit by a rock?
And died. But he got better.
Face reveal.
Riku? Oh? No, never heard of him.
Oh, you liar! You've heard of Riku.
Why is his nobody's got some pulsating things going on?
I have questions, Nomura.
Why?
This
Why?
design makes me uncomfortable.
What do you mean? You don't think that they're perfectly posed?
But then again, all the nobody designs are kind of sexual when you get right down to it. Nomura, are you trying to tell us something?
I mean, the dusk literally sways its entire torso and hips when it stands, and noodles its arms.
Do you also have to talk about the whole GIMP look motif?
We've brought that up before.
When the game starts preparing you for a boss fight.
And you fucking choke. That I just a terrible fucking joke entered my head, but I'm not gonna say it.
I've returned. Well, technically, I never laughed, but I was fiddling with
And I was gonna
my
leave
headphones.
you wondering. It's like, oh god, what is the terrible joke if it's so terrible? I'm not even gonna say it. Because you
When an
see,
enemy starts preparing you for a boss fight.
true horror is in the things you can't see.
See, those are those things that I'm pretty sure that none of those people making some of those videos actually pay attention to, which is the fact that these enemies literally are preparing you for that boss fight.
Mm-hmm.
I warped out of there and that fight ended. The sword just didn't spawn back in.
Yep.
Don't worry about that. Game's programmed well. Because, you know, we took the time to specifically make a skateboard just for Roxas and one just for Sora. Because Sora cannot ride Roxas' skateboard.
Well, that's how a swear works. Don't.
You see, Shang here got his ass kicked by
They
some
waste
dude.
a shit ton of money pumping things into ridiculous assets that barely get used. You want to know why Final Fantasy 13 got a sequel? They made literally 2 games worth of assets.
Hey, and that game was the 10th best-selling Final Fantasy game, which means they made their money back on that sequel.
Wait, 10-2? No, 10-2. 13-2 was?
Yeah, 13-2 is like the 10th best-selling Final Fantasy game
What the fuck?
ever. And, you know, most people will tell you, well, I mean, 13's like the third best-selling.
But that was before we got burned on it! That was before we knew it was a terrible game!
And then 13, well, that's just it. 13, everyone wanted to see if 13...
Final hallway.
Everyone wanted to know if you make a sequel to such a bad game, could it be worse? But most people said it fixes like 90% of the problems.
But lightning's still there, so no, it
Oh,
doesn't.
see, you know,
What are you talking about? People like
hey,
lightning.
let me tell you something. You want me to tell you something about the FGC? I have stock in FGC mentality that is paramount in my opinion, and I wish more people would pick up on it. You know what FGC does when you make a shit sequel? They say fuck your sequel.
But this is also the...
You wanna know what people do when shit sequels come out? They say, oh, well, you know, it might be better than the first. No! Fuck your sequel.
But this is also the FGC. It's kind of where a bunch of
When
elite
Arrow
assassins
comes out
are.
and everybody and their mom watches Arrow and makes it all the way to season 4 and then tries to get you to watch Arrow, and the first thing out of their mouth is, yeah, season 1 and 2 are pretty bad, but the show picks up on... No! We shouldn't make it to season 3.
I mean, that's my problem with Hunter
If
x Hunter.
1 and 2 are bad, then we shouldn't make it any further.
But Hunter x Hunter's
We
story
shouldn't
is
be
fucking
watching.
amazing.
What are you talking about? So Hunter x Hunter is like one of the worst, like, first, like, 3 arcs ever.
It is one of the best starts to a shonen.
No, it's not.
Because the Hunter exam shatters shonen expectations. It is set up to where a normal shonen makes you think these people will be important, but then they are all reduced to fucking
No.
jobbers except for 4.
No, because that's literally why the Chunin exams is a fucking failure as an arc.
Oh, Christ.
Because Naruto does the exact same thing with half his cast.
But they tried to make you care about it. The people in the Hunter exam, they don't try to make
Oh
you care
my
about it after
God.
the hunting.
What?
After the Hunter exam.
Defender.
I forgot that they actually do, in fact, take Goofy's equipment.
Yes. Sean, the game...
Why?
Because he's
That
dead!
scene is so stupid.
The game said it took
That
his
whole
equipment.
segment is so stupid. That is absolutely idiotic.
He died, Brian.
So stupid.
He got better, though, but he died.
Dumb.
He died.
Like, I want to go back in time and look at Kid Brian when he thinks that scene's okay and be like, no, it's not okay. It's stupid as fuck. It's dumb. Just dumb.
I've come to you from the future! And no,
I'm
Kid
gonna
Brian!
tell you one thing. And that's that scene's stupid. I could tell you plenty of other things that could probably help society and lead to things greater beyond what it was. But you know, I'm gonna just tell you that scene's stupid.
Years
And,
heartless.
and before you ask, no, you were unhappy in the future.
Before I continue
I had
my
to.
further points on Hunter x Hunter being, you know, terrible.
Like, how would you feel if your time traveling self just, no,
Me
you're
and,
unhappy in the
Ryan
future?
me and Ryan both respectively learned some lessons.
This boss is
what?
fucking garbage.
Don't ever wiki stuff for anime
Yeah.
if you don't want to get spoiled.
That should just be a general rule of knowledge. Just don't wiki stuff in general. if you
Just don't
wanna
wiki
be
stuff in
spoiled.
general.
If you don't
Because
want
you
be
try to
spoiled.
wiki a character to figure out why they got the Sin of Wrath, and then you find out, like, unsettling things you should not have read.
But they also got the Sin of Wrath, so that it should be kind of fucking obvious. Anyway, this boss is awful. The reason this boss is awful, it kind of holds all the problems that plague Kingdom Hearts 2 in general, which are for the sake of big, giant spectacle. One, we have an arena that's a fucking box, and two, this, just fighting this thing is an obnoxious pain in the ass. It takes for fucking ever.
This boss does suck.
It takes for fucking ever. That's
What
all.
are you talking about, Carson? It takes away from button mashing. Because you can't button mash this boss. You have to strategically move around and use your tools as necessary.
If you don't-
Oh, whatever the hell!
Or you can do this.
If you don't want me to,
Oh, whatever the hell that was.
if you don't want me to,
Because apparently Mulan's power is flight.
if you don't want me to button mash this thing, don't give it health. Like if you want me to fucking button mash it.
What do you mean, man? You have all kinds of magics.
Oh boy.
Look at this guy trying to.
This fight is awful because you do the same thing every fucking time, and like I said, it just takes for fucking ever.
From
And it never stops goddamn moving. This fight is awful. It's bad.
Sean's at least doing something.
Hey, this is tech
Do you
right
see
here.
that magic?
But
Keeping
you-
him on top of the box. Look at what's going on right now, folks. And you'll see. Look at this. This is what it looks like when you use your tools, folks. Open up that toolbox and use your tools.
No, this is what it looks like in Odyssey when you one-cycle the Robo Brood. People never leave that boss.
I really want to know if you can one-cycle the final boss of Luigi's Mansion.
No.
Let's do this together. I'll handle this.
Why can she fly?
Mushu.
Bullshit.
He's a dragon, he's not magic, and yes, that joke is supposed to sound redundant. This fight, like I said, just even with you doing all the damage you're doing, it like look at how long we've just kept going. But it's also because this fight, as you've seen, has the stupid thing of he has his main health, but then he also has the extra side health bars with the horns on its shoulders.
Well, those are just to knock him down.
I was gonna comment on.
Yes, those are just to knock him down, but knocking him down does easily let you do the most damage, unless you just spam this like a motherfucker.
And fly? Why is that a thing?
It's over. For China!
Why can Mulan
Oh,
just
China!
fly? Does anyone have a good answer for that, or are we just gonna say game design, question mark?
Oh, no. Why can Milan not? Why should Milan not be blind? That's the better question.
You can also do this.
That's also something weird I noticed, that reaction command, every time I used it, it acted oddly glitchy. Like, I swear once Sora did the animation, but he didn't knock this thing over.
For China!
Let's fly away!
Are y'all ready for For China?
What?
For China! for China!
Your point?
Oh lord, she just says it randomly! Like she said it when it
That-
started, and then she said it when it ended!
The best part is when you have that mixed with other characters' lines, so you end up with it's over for China. Also, I'm just nitpicking at this fight because it's terrible. This boss's design is also fucking ugly.
What is he dropping on you? Is he clashing symbols together and they're producing heartless bombs?
Yeah.
Yes. Fly, Mulan!
Forget his design.
Yeah!
Logic in this.
She
Okay,
starts
then-
and ends it. It's consistent.
Okay, now.
For China! And then she ends. For
Is that all
China!
they could get her to record? I feel like all they could get her to record was for China.
That's not what I wanted to do.
Hey, Thunder Elven. Tornado Fusion.
Yeah.
That took an eternity.
Hey, but the game designers were smart because they made sure not to make that thing made that thing a lightning dragon.
But it is.
Right? If it hadn't been a lightning dragon, I would have just been able to shock it and kill it. Oh, you weren't actually in danger. It is just not my day.
Way to go.
Nah, he's just trying to fill her up. Mulan, are you okay?
Yeah, so
Shane,
have you guys watched Seven Deadly
Shane,
Sins?
your hand is is that your boob? Is that your boob? I was just trying to protect you, Mulan.
Definitely not Copperfield.
Once again, you have served China well.
Or China.
We're pleased to
Yeah, no. Hunter x Hunter has like
What is it
the
that you
worst
wish?
introduction ever.
It has the best
No,
introduction.
because I knew more about a fat guy than I did about any of my main
You
protagonists.
say a guy in black came to see you. What did he say?
And then we have that
And then I
moment.
got a long-winded explanation on the magic system, which we broke in the next arc anyway.
They didn't break it.
Yes, they did.
Not
They
that.
literally introduced the character and said, "Oh, but
But-
his power is to just do it all."
He only does it all under specific circumstances.
Yeah, he does it all under specific
That's what
circumstances
makes-
that we contrived at that moment.
That's what makes Nin one of the best powers.
That is a
systems.
shonen trope right there. Yes, this power magic system has rules, but this breaks those rules.
But he, I believe, has been the only character in the series that can break the rules.
And it doesn't matter because yes,
No,
that's
no,
like
no.
a thing, but that's the only good
Hey.
character in that whole
Hey.
thing.
Hey, we don't break rules.
I was about to.
If we make rules, we don't break rules. 'Cause if we
Except-
break rules, we better have new rules to
Except-
explain how we broke rules.
Except, and Sean's kind of dancing around the fact that they did have a rule to explain how he broke rules.
They do.
Hmm.
That's not the problem. Is that they literally made a magic system in one arc, and then the very next arc had a character who said, "Oh, because of this, I ignore all of that."
At least, again,
And he's still the only good character.
the reason it doesn't bother me, unlike in a bunch of other shonen, is because right
No,
now...
my problem is that people let it slide in Hunter x Hunter, but if it happens in anything else, people are instantly up in arms.
Because what the... I'll use Naruto as like a good example here. What makes it okay in, basically Hunter x Hunter is right now Kurapika, to my knowledge, is the only character...
That does it? No,
that can
Be-
break the
And if there's
system.
a character that breaks a rule in another anime, everyone gets up in arms about them.
No.
But if it's Hunter x Hunter, it's okay.
Because,
And Hunter
like-
x Hunter is just not that good.
Because, like, a good example...
Because it takes 3 arcs to get good.
A good...
And the only time I get to care about any arc in there is when Kurapika is fighting the spiders.
when I was going to say a good example, I don't think it's a...
And
just-
hopefully, Shang won't get bodied by random black coat guys anymore.
Well, what I was going to say,
Because they'll at least have backup.
I don't think it's in like other anime. It's people
I
getting
don't like
up.
wasting my Imperial machine guns.
What it is,
He's just asleep.
what it is, I don't think it's people getting up in arms over the anime breaking its rules. It's people getting up in arms of anime consistently breaking their rules.
Why?
Like the
Does this
example.
do this?
Yeah.
Does that do that in every world?
Yeah.
Like the
I
example.
forgot that that was a thing.
Like the example I was going to bring up, and this did kind of lead to one cleverish thing that ended up pointless. Like by the end of Naruto, Sasuke, Obito, and Madara all have 6 paths bullshit, right?
Basically.
Yeah, that's a fucking problem.
Look, what do you mean? I mean,
Look,
as far as I'm
here's
concerned,
my
my
problem.
impression is that I'm
Hey.
supposed to just believe that Madara
Hey,
is
look.
just broke.
Hey, look. Hey, look.
I hope
Hey,
tonight
guys.
goes well.
What?
Yeah.
So do I. But I wonder why.
Naruto's first arc is a million times better than Hunter Exam.
does have his shy side, you know.
What do
Naruto
you technically consider?
Naruto gets exciting way faster.
Wait, what do you consider Naruto's first arc?
The
Is it-
fucking getting exam.
Yeah, because I was gonna say there's a lot of contention on this for
Literally,
some
the
fucking
exam where Kakashi,
Hold up.
the
Hold
test with Kakashi and the bells is more exciting than the Hunter exam.
Hold up. That first chapter, that's first arc. I'm sorry.
What?
I don't know what you're doing if we're like 6 chapters in and we have no objective. Because at that point, why the fuck are we 6 chapters in?
What are you talking about?
I'm saying I don't know. He said there was contention over what Naruto's first arc is, and I'm like, first arc should have been whatever we started on first. What did we start on first?
Not how it works. It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So, anyway, I feel like I asked a question like this before, but do you agree with Sean about Hunter x Hunter being a bad anime with a terrible opening? Or do you agree with me and Carson about the opening being a really good deconstruction of anime, because a common contention point for Hunter x Hunter is the anime and the manga are not good, but I feel like it's a really good deconstruction because our main character is a child that basically has superpowers and starts having tantrums all the time and faces the consequences of what would actually happen if a 12-year-old was given incredible superpowers, because children are not the most stable and reasonable when it comes to decision making. A lot of people hate Gon, but I think people miss the entire point that he's supposed to kind of be somewhat unlikable because he has the morality and character depth of an actual child. Children are not known for logical, sound decisions. And the opening, introducing you to all these characters that you think would be important, and then only a handful of them are immediately important, is once again a break of shonen status quo, where all these random characters are literally just expendable people, making the world feel more realistic and fleshed out, because not everything happens to involve around the main character and their friends. But at this point I'm rambling. I just think that's a good argument to be made, and a lot of people miss the point. Anyway, you can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or we can leave them on social media. All my social media links, as well as my Discord link, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel, and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. I will see you all next time. Good night, everybody!